Ayudeji nakin aditi dajida marang buru roy nyale kita no ado abu ko pirgai dia pen kangi onaji ate jo kangi eho thagran nyanjan mete aditi dajida do salkur bangi yami dado thagran jo men kita marang buru alum bhavna नुको हासा से चढ़ की नोटो मका दे उना तिजु को उना को उनको द छलकु जामा इंदो श्रीराम दादी द सिस्ती है ठाकुरान मैन किदा मारांग बुरु मैन किदा तब इन हो कराम दादी से सिस्ती है श्रीराम कराम दादी से सिस्ती किदा के
With over 4 million people, the Santhals are the third largest tribe in India. They predominantly inhabit areas in West Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, and the newly formed states of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. They are also to be found in the neighboring regions of Bangladesh and Nepal. The Santhals have been identified as belonging to pre-Dravidian ancestry, even as history recorded their existence only in the late 18th century. Having such an ancient presence in the Indian subcontinent, they have inherited a rich and diverse culture of their own, originating from the Austro-Asiatic linguistic group, which is sometimes referred to as the Mundari group of languages. The Santhals are also ethnically related to other tribes of the area, such as the Hos, the Khariyas, and the Mundas. The story of their origin and the legends of the Santhals underline an entire history of migration. Their mythology traces their origin from the mythical lands of Hihiripipri, Khoj Kaman, Harata Mountain to Champa, and ultimately into modern history at Chota Nagpur, from where they were again forced to leave as a result of the pressures of feudal forces in the colonial era. In a later period, they challenged colonial rule in what is known as the Kharwar movement. But the Santhals did not passively accept the prevailing hegemonies of their time. In 1855, under the leadership of Sido and Kanhu, there was a violent uprising against the British rulers by the Santhals. Although their traditional weapons did little against the weapons of the superior power. The Santhals fought with all their might in protecting their culture and habitat assaulted by the forces of colonialism, feudalism, and industrial capitalism. Ultimately, the British moved many Santhal communities to settlements known as Parganas. The Santhal Parganas exist to this day mainly in West Bengal, an evidence of their legacy as a colonialized people.
The objects that you hear of Santhals and others are, I think, of great importance to the making of the new India that we have or was proposed at the inception of independence, the life of living people, the life of our forefathers who long time ago were invisible to us now, and it shows that life is not, it cannot be passive. It cannot be from a distance, we are all observer looking at television or something, object like that. But it is participatory, invites us also to be active parts of that into reappraising the kind of stream in which we are flowing down today willy-nilly by people from a distance who give us models which we do not have any say in at all. But these simpler societies, which we call simpler, and they are not necessarily simplistic, what has happened is that the smallness itself, the rootedness in a certain soil, in a certain place and time, all these are also, I think, one at the same time, are plus points. The advantages, because it shows that the individuals in the society, the persons in the society, the tribals which we call, all that had a kind of horse sense, a good sense, a kind of common sense, all these things, they understood reality. A sense of realism was there. The objects, even as we admire them, and those of us here cannot separate, I cannot separate very often the object that we see. It's very hard to say what is art and what is craft. These two terms have also got divorced. That is to say, the craft underlies the art. The art is the feeling, the element of it. And feelings are important, I think, purified feeling, because it is in service of this that you learn the craft, how to knit, how to draw, all the rest of it. And these people seem to have had it almost instinctively.
The beliefs of the Santhals are based upon the spirits of forces behind their natural environment. It is the unseen forces or the spirits behind trees that allow the tree to bear fruit that is seen as vital. The Santhals refer to these spirits as bungas, which are behind all natural phenomena, both benevolent and malevolent. According to a traditional Santhal belief, a hierarchy exists as to the importance of certain bungas. Thakurjiu, their supreme deity, is credited with the actual creation of the Santhal people. Three other bunga deities, often referred to as a trinity, are Maranburu, or the Great Mountain, Jaherera, or the Lady of the Grove, and Moreku Turuiku, an incarnation of several bungas. These three are the functional deities in the devotional lives of the Santhals. As in other animistic belief systems, the spirits or bungas are credited or blamed for virtually all natural occurrences. For the Santhals, there is no defined line between the natural and the supernatural. They live in a mystical world where the Santhals and the bungas are inseparable entities impacting each other. An itinerant class of folk painters known as Jadu Patuas developed uncanny insights into the life and culture of the Santhals due to a long passage of interaction between the two communities. The relationship between the Jadu Patua folk painters and Santhal tribal communities in eastern India has produced an entire art genre assimilating elements from the cultures of both the folk artists and their tribal patrons.
12 বছর পরে রে সিরেম কারাম রে কি নাবলি না সিরেম কারাম কুপেটে কাতে সিরেম দান্দি কারাম দান্দি রে কি তুকে দিদা তুকে কাতে বাবা বারিয়া কিন বিলি দিদা ওনা বিলি রিয়া বাবা হাসাসি ছেড়ে কি জন্ম দিনা
নুকিন কিন রাগ কান তাহে কানা বাবা হাসাসি ছেড়ে কিন রাগ কান তাহে কানা उन जुखा मेन किदा तबे दूसरे न्या लगई में उन जुखा कोटाल मिट्टे कुल किदा बाबा मिट्टे.
With these limited colors and materials, Jadu Patua scrolls in the Santhal Parganas show, on the one hand, a great variety of idiom and treatment, and on the other, a consistent adherence to certain basic assumptions. Since the painters were men, they did not move away from their native village when they married, and as a result, local family styles can be clearly distinguished. Jadu Pachwas of adjoining circles in each subdivision were, however, aware of each other's family idioms and may well have borrowed subconsciously from each other. The figures are depicted on a single flat plane and show a bland indifference to naturalism. The stories are told in a series of simple, clear-cut images in panels divided by horizontal bands. Trees, flowers, or rocks are depicted by simple diagrammatic forms. Figures are usually shown in profile with a standard corrugated line linking the sloping forehead with the nose, the lips, and the chin. The eyes are vastly enlarged. Santhal women, who in real life are amply curvaceous, are shown with straight vertical figures which echo the graceful movements of Santhal dancing. However, what brings these works of visual artistry into the realm of ritual are the songs that accompany the scrolls. In this context, the paintings are only a single element in a performance art which belongs to the Bengali folk performance traditions such as Jatra and the Chow dance. To view these paintings purely by analyzing their visual form would be, at best, to see only half the picture. The painting, the song, and the very act of the patua unraveling the scroll, both visually and lyrically, are, in their entirety, the traditional art of the patuas. But times have taken a heavy toll on the socio-economic conditions of the patuas. Marginalized with the advent of cinema, jatras, and other forms of visual entertainment, the patuas' exclusive relationship with the Santhals as providers of entertainment and fulfillers of ritual needs has been eroded. As a result, they are today reduced to penurious living and have taken to singing and dancing to earn their livelihood.
তুলিটা হলেন মানে ছাগলের রুয়া আর বাঁশের কুচির ডালিটা আর সুতায় আমরা কিন্তু আমাদের চিরজীবনে এটা আমাদের
But some of the Patuas have braved the vicissitudes of poverty and have continued to paint. They have managed to sustain a centuries-old tradition of at least providing visual entertainment through their paintings, if not fulfilling the ritual needs of the Santhals, which they once did. To reconstruct the history of the Patuas would be difficult due to the impermanent nature of their art. However, this community has been a vital force in the culture of rural India since ancient times. References to such artists exist in the ancient literature of Panini and Kalidas. As descendants of the mythological master craftsman Vishwakarma, the Patuas justify their hereditary profession as craftspeople, though belonging to a lower caste. Some of these artists have replaced the title of Patua with Chitrakar, as its implications are viewed as being more secular. Therefore, the two titles, Patua and Chitrakar, are synonymous with each other. Moreover, many Patuas keep both Hindu and Muslim names and use either one according to the faith of their clientele. The Patuas, who generally live near the Santhal villages, do so in an even more complex social world in that they not only have to incorporate elements of the local Hindu and Muslim ethos into their art along with the Santhal beliefs.
চক্ষুদানের যে পথটালি যাওয়া হয় সেটা অন্য জায়গায় জিজ্ঞাসা করতে হয় যে যেমন আমাদের যেমন সুন্দরডি কেউ একজন মারা গেল ভাই অমুক লোকের নাম কি ছিল তার নাম কি ছিল না অমুক নাম সেই তার নাম